Welcome to another edition of Operation Protect the White Boy, where today we got another celebrity, and that is Bill Murray. Now, this is a person that is no stranger to controversy. As a matter of fact, when I typed in certain keywords into Google, a whole article came up on Vanity Fair that was posted back in October of last year that has a whole laundry list of everyone who has publicly accused Bill Murray of misconduct in one form or fashion. Now, this guy is no stranger to, like I said, controversy, but I didn't know the laundry list was that long and went back that far. But we're going to read this entire article from Vanity Fair. Now, you know, I usually don't like to reach back so far when it comes to certain things, but if they can reach back and talk about Bill Cosby, we're going to talk about the other Bill, as in Bill Murray, because this guy is no angel. He is no saint, yet he continues to get work and continues to thrive in Hollywood. As a matter of fact, you know, his most recent film that he did was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which in the movie he didn't have a big part. Like, he only was in one scene. He only was on screen for maybe a total of maybe 5 to 7 minutes max. Like I said, like, he really wasn't in there that much, which is why when they did a lot of the promos, he was only shown in the teaser trailer and not in anything else, because his part was literally just that small. You blink and you would miss him. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from Vanity Fair, and then I'm going to read or pull up a more recent story that led me to doing this video. Bill Murray is no stranger to controversy, and in recent months has been making headlines for reported misbehavior over the years. The funny man reportedly paid an approximately $100,000 settlement to a much younger female crew member on his latest film, Being Mortal, the directorial debut from Aziz Ansari, which suspended production in April after the crew member filed a complaint alleging that the then 71-year-old actor straddled her while on the set. The female crew member was reportedly horrified by Murray's behavior and interpreted his actions as entirely sexual. Well, that pretty much ruins what I was going to talk about at the end, because they just put it right there at the beginning of the article. That's what I was going to talk about. I would be pissed if I was the creator of a film and it got ruined because you couldn't keep your hands to yourself. First off, I have to ask Aziz Ansari, why did you hire Bill Murray knowing his history? I would not be hiring anybody who has a background like that and run the risk that they could ruin what it is that I'm working on, because I believe the movie starred Aziz Ansari, Bill Murray, Seth Rogen, and Keke Palmer. So now, and shout out to Just My Opinion Reviews. I've had him on the channel before. He basically said that now the movie is not going to come out because he tainted it. I would be pissed, and if it was up to me, you would get sued. That's just me. In an interview with CNBC, Murray described the incident as difference of opinion, saying, "I did something I thought was funny, and it wasn't taken that way." The Being Mortal incident is not the first to cast a negative light on Murray's behavior. Once a beloved star of classes like Caddyshack, Groundhog Day, and the Ghostbusters franchise, Murray has also quietly developed a reputation in Hollywood for allegedly being difficult to work with stars like Gina Davis, Lucy Liu, and Richard Dreyfuss, sharing accounts of unpleasant experiences with an A-list actor in the past. The point of the story is not to reveal that Bill Murray has a very dark side. That's hardly news, writes Davis in her memoir, Dying of Politeness, before sharing her difficult experience with the comedian. Below is a collection of allegations made against Bill Murray and reports of his troubled relationships listed alphabetically by name. Bill Murray did not respond to Vanity Fair's request for comment regarding the allegations. That's because he most likely did it. So we about to take a little journey. I don't know how long this is going to be, because I told y'all that I was going to go through this entire article. So it said alphabetically, the first person up is Chevy Chase. Murray and Chevy Chase reportedly got into a physical fight when Chase returned to Saturday Night Live to guest host in 1978, horrifying SNL cast members Jane Curtin and Lorraine Newman, who described the incident as painful and awful, while appearing to watch What Happens Live in 2021. It was really a Hollywood fight, a don't touch my face kind of thing, Murray told Empire in 2012. It was an epital thing, a rupture, because we all felt mad he had left us, and somehow I was the anointed avenging angel who had to speak for everyone, but Chevy and I are friends now. It's all fine. The next person they're talking about is Gina Davis. In her recent memoir, Dying of Politeness, Davis alleges that Murray made her lie on a bed while he used a massage device on her, the thumper, during the making of 1990's Quick Change. I said no multiple times, but he wouldn't relent, writes Davis in her memoir. The Oscar winner also claims that Murray yelled at her on set in front of more than 300 people, a tactic she says he would employ to exert his authority on set. I was watching him tear apart somebody one day on set, Davis told Vanity Fair. He finished and the other person went away, and he turned around sort of self-satisfied, and I said, man, I can't wait for you to do that to me again, because now I know how I'll react. And he said, oh, I don't have to. You behaved after that. So he thought he has to go off on somebody to make sure they behave. Whatever his idea of behaving is, not challenging him, I guess. In her memoir, Davis also writes that Murray made her feel uncomfortable during the promotional tour for Quick Change when they appear together on the Arsenio Hall show, where Murray can be seen pulling down the strap of her dress. Murray has yet to comment on Davis's allegations. The next person is Richard Dreyfuss. On the set of What About Bob, Murray also reportedly had a difficult relationship with co-star Richard Dreyfuss, which the Oscar winner says resulted in Murray throwing an ashtray at him. In a 2019 interview with Yahoo, Dreyfuss recalled that the incident began with him asking the comedian to go over a tweak in the script. Everyone hates you, you are tolerated, Murray reportedly screamed. Dreyfuss continued, there was no time to react because he leaned back and he took a modern glass blown ashtray. He threw it at my face from only a couple feet away, and it weighed about 3/4 of a pound. He missed me. He tried to hit me. I got up and left. In the interview, Dreyfuss described Murray as an Irish drunken bully, and I have heard that this man has a alcohol problem. I did hear about that. Dreyfuss has since said that while the two have not crossed paths, he forgives Murray. Murray has yet to comment on Dreyfuss' allegations. Seth Green. That's the next person up. Seth Green. Green was just 9 years old when he appeared on Saturday Night Live, when he says he had an unpleasant encounter with Murray backstage. On the YouTube show Good Mythical Morning, Green alleged that Murray made a big fuss about him sitting on the arm of his chair. I was like, that is absurd. I'm sitting on the arm of this couch. There are several lengths of this sofa. Kindly F off. And he was like, that's my chair. Then Green said Murray picked him up by his ankles and dangled him over a trash can while saying the trash goes in the trash can. I was screaming and I swung, my arms flailed wildly, full contact with his balls, Green recalled. He dropped me in the trash can falls over. I was horrified. I ran away, hid under the table in my dressing room, and just cried. Murray hasn't addressed Green's allegations. The next person is Angelica Houston. Oscar winner Angelica Houston described Murray as a shit. She said, as a shit. That's what she called him. After working with him on the Wes Anderson 2004 film The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. In 2019, Houston told Vulture that while filming, Murray invited everyone in the cast except her to dinner. I was really hurt, she continued. And then I think we met again in Florence because that movie was shot all over Italy, and we were doing a scene at Gore Vidal's house in Revelo. And Murray said, hey, how have you been? I missed you. I said, you're full of shit. You didn't miss me. He looked all confused for a moment. However, Houston says that Murray showed up at the funeral of her late husband, Robert Graham, and that Murray couldn't have been nicer that day. He showed up, she said. A lot of people didn't. The next person is Solange Knowles. Murray's alleged misdeeds at SNL continue. And you're noticing a pattern. A lot of these incidents that's been occurring with him all started on that SNL set when he was there. So we're finding that the common denominator and common location all links back to that set. But let me go ahead and continue. It says Murray's alleged misdeeds at SNL continue as recently as 2016 when he appeared as a special guest. At the taping, Murray allegedly grabbed Solange Knowles' hair, repeatedly asking if the singer if her hair was a wig, just after she had performed her song, Don't Touch My Hair. as the week's musical guest. While Solange has never publicly accused Murray of doing this, she liked tweets describing the incident from TV writer and producer Jutnik Maynard, who witnessed the interaction. "You're a yearly reminder that I saw Bill Murray put both his hands into Solange's scalp after asking her 3 times if her hair was a wig or not," wrote Maynard in a tweet liked by Solange. Murray has yet to comment on these allegations. Next up is Lucy Liu. Now this one I'm very familiar with. Charlie's Angels star Liu claims that Murray hurled inexcusable and unacceptable comments at her during a rehearsal on the set at the 2000 action comedy after a scene the pair was filming was reworked without his knowledge. Per the Times, Murray allegedly told Liu that she couldn't act, and Liu responded by allegedly throwing punches at the comedian. "I stood up for myself and I don't regret it," she said, "because no matter how low on the totem pole you may be or wherever you came from, there's no need to condescend or put down other people," Liu told Deadline in 2021. That she has nothing against Bill Murray, and the two saw each other at a Saturday Night Live, again, reunion, and he was perfectly nice. Murray shared his versions of events with the Times in 2009, saying, "Look, I will dismiss you completely if you are unprofessional in working with me. When our relationship is professional and you're not getting that done, forget it." And to add on to that, I believe that interaction that he had with her, or she had with him, is what led to him being recast by Bernie Mac in the Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, which was the sequel to that movie in 2003, which in my opinion was good recasting, because I actually personally liked his version of Bosley more than Bill Murray's. The next person is McG, and this is going back to Charlie's Angels. It says, Charlie's Angels director McG, whose full name is Joseph McGinty Nichol, also apparently had his own issues with Murray on set, claiming Murray headbutted him while they were filming. "I've been headbutted by an A-list star square in the head," Nichol told The Guardian in May 2009. "An inch later and my nose would have been obliterated." Murray, however, claims this is completely false. He says that's BS, that's complete crap. He told The Times, "I don't know why he made that story up. He has a very active imagination." The next person up is Jennifer Butler Murray. During their divorce proceeding, Murray's ex-wife Jennifer Butler Murray accused the actor of assault, alleging that the Lost in Translation star hit her in the face in November 2007 and told her she's lucky he didn't kill her. In the filing, Butler Murray also accused her ex-husband of adultery, addiction to marijuana and alcohol, abusive behavior, sexual addictions, and frequent abandonment. At the time, Murray's attorney, John McDougal, didn't respond to the allegations made by Murray's wife, but released a statement regarding the divorce. "Bill Murray is deeply saddened by the breakup of his marriage with Jennifer," said McDougal. "He and his wife made loving parents, and they are committed to the best interests of their children." In 2008, their divorce was finalized, and Butler Murray was granted primary custody of their 4 children. The next person is Harold Ramis. Murray collaborated with the late actor Harold Ramis on Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, and Meatballs without any apparent issues, but the duo reportedly had a falling out while Ramis was directing Murray in Groundhog Day. Ramis' daughter, Violet Ramis Steele, detailed that her father and Murray's thorny relationship in Ghostbusters' daughter, Life with My Dad, Harold Ramis, writing that the pair had multiple arguments on set, including one incident where Ramis grabbed Murray by the collar and shoved him up against the wall. "Bill was going through a difficult time in his personal life, and he and my dad were not seeing eye to eye on the tone of the film," Steele said, and revealed that Murray completely shut my dad out for the next 20 plus years. According to Steele's book, Murray reportedly attempted to reconcile with Ramis just before his death in 2014. The next person, Rob Schneider. Another entry in the Murray misbehaving at SNL. Rob Schneider said that Murray absolutely hated the cast when he returned to host in 1993. "He wasn't very nice to us," said Schneider on SiriusXM Jim Norton and Sam Roberts' show. "He hated us on SNL when he hosted, absolutely hated us. I mean, seething. It was just naked rage." Schneider went on to say Murray seemed to have a particular distaste for cast members Adam Sandler and Chris Farley. "He really hated Sandler," Schneider said, speculating that Sandler's comedy just wasn't his groove. Schneider rationalized a reason why Murray hated Chris Farley with a passion, suggesting that it might have to do with Farley's similarities with Murray's friends and SNL co-star John Belushi, both of whom died of drug overdoses at the age of 33. "I want to believe that it's because Chris thought it would be cool to be Belushi, who was his friend who he saw die, that he thought it was cool to be that out of control. That's my interpretation, but I don't really know. I don't believe it. I only believe it 50%. The next person is Laura Ziskin. A producer on Bill Murray's What About Bob, Laura Ziskin said that she butted heads metaphorically with Murray and that Murray once threw her in a lake while they were filming, albeit in jest. Bill also threatened to throw me across the parking lot and then broke my sunglasses and threw them across the parking lot, she said in a 2003 interview with the Baltimore Sun. I was furious and outraged at the time, but having produced a dozen movies, I can safely say it's not common behavior. Murray did not comment on the allegations at the time, and that was the last person. So they said that's every person over the years who he hasn't had an issue with over the course of time and on these sets. And then, like I said, the question is, how is it that he's able to maintain a career? Even with all of that, it seems to me that Bill Murray is a very toxic, individual. I wonder how he was on the set of filming Ant-Man, considering his part was very small in those movies. I wonder how he was when he was filming Space Jam with Michael Jordan. Because if you don't remember, he was in that movie and he had a pretty good sizable part. So there it is. It just seems to me that this guy just has a lot of issues, going over time. And it's gone from people he's worked, like as far as actors go, people he's worked with behind the scenes, his ex-wife. And the common place that this seemed to keep going back to was SNL. That's where it just kept happening at. And they just kept bringing him on, and they must have loved the drama. But I just wanted to bring that on here because, again, Bill Murray continues to get work. And now the most recent thing is because a movie he was supposed to be a part of got pretty much suspended, and it may not see the light of day, and it won't be finished. It pretty much got scrapped. And here it is right here. It's coming off of this website called The Playlist, where it says Aziz Ansari's Being Immortal scrapped and won't be finished. And that's all stemming from what he did or allegedly did last year that was put into this article that I just read, which is what made them do that rundown of all the people he's had issues with or had issues with him over the course of his career. Now this movie's pretty much dead because it said that Aziz Ansari tried to shop the film to other places, but no one is willing to pick it up because they don't want to have that their area, their realm be tainted by what he did. So now whatever they have, that's all they'll have. They can't even finish it. The film can't be done. It's just a dead film. So yeah, but if Hollywood wants to continue dealing with Bill Murray, that's on them, as far as I'm concerned. And I have to put some of this on Aziz Ansari, because how did you not know this man's history? How could you have not known? It's pretty public knowledge. It has been for quite some time. But at the end of the day, Bill Murray he falls into that Operation Protect the White Boy category. This man has been getting protection for a long time and still continues to get work and not get scrutinized.